Hello, students, and welcome to our Friday lesson. I'm calling this Reflection Friday because that's what our Do Now is about today. I want you to honestly reflect on Friday or use Friday to reflect on the rest of the week, and we'll talk about that in the Do Now. Today, we will do a self checking worksheet, again, working on order of operations, but they're getting a little more complicated, so I'll be using the whiteboard a lot. Nonetheless, make sure you show your work. Our essential question asks, what is the correct order for performing operations when evaluating an expression? And remember, to evaluate means to find the value of the expression. So for our assignment, we're going to answer this Do Now in class notebook. We're going to watch this video, complete one assigned page today. We've got an exit ticket that we'll answer, and most important, to get credit, I've got to see your work, so show it to me. So for our exit ticket, we will review the order of operations, and for homework, you can just finish anything that you did not get done in class. Remember, camera on, and some of you are doing a great job with this. You have to respond when your name is called at the beginning, middle, and end of the period. If you cannot hear me because of something wrong with your computer, then you cannot participate in class. You have to be able to hear me. So if your computer's not working, make sure you do something about it. Turn it in, get another computer. You've got to fix that. You have to show your work at the end of the period, even if you are not done or you have to send a photo of it. If you have any questions, you can write to me. So next Wednesday, the January 27th, is a full day of distance learning for everyone. Full 7 periods. Make sure you dial in. So I'm calling this Reflection Friday. Okay, specifically in terms of your work ethic. How have you grown this week? Did you work harder than last week? Did you reorganize your notes or make a study schedule? Are you completing your assignments on time? And I would like you to use this space to reflect on what was good this week and what you can improve on next week. Reflection Friday is a great way to end the week. It's just not about finding fault and beating yourself up. This is about being continually on the path of growth, getting better every single day. We'll get back to our exit ticket, but let's start our order of operations self-checking sheet. So we've got a doozy. A couple of these are kind of complicated, but we'll just tackle them one problem at a time and one piece of a problem. We get them done. Before you know it, we'll be done and you'll be great, right? So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to write these on my separate whiteboard just because they're a little bit complicated and we want to make sure that we show our work, which is what I want you to show me. So we have 2 plus 4 squared, or 4 to the second power, times 5 minus the quantity of 3 plus 4 equals. Now, we start with grouping symbols, exponents, multiplication and division, subtraction and addition. And grouping symbols can include parentheses, brackets, braces, absolute value bars, and the vinculum in a fraction. So here we go. We've got 3 plus 4. That's where we start our grouping symbol. That's 7. So that means we have 2 plus 4 to the second power times 5 minus 7. All right, do we have any exponents? We do. We have 4 to the second power, so we'll do that next. 4 to the second power is 4 times 4, that's 16. So we have 2 plus 16 times 5 minus 7. Okay, now do we have any multiplication or division? We do have 16 times 5, which is 80. So we have 2 plus 80 minus 7. So 2 plus 80, we'll work now from left to right. It's multiplication and division, subtraction and addition, either order as long as we work from left to right. So 2 plus 80 is 82. 82 minus 7 is 75. And that's our final answer, 75. And that will go right here on problem number 2. So let's change our colors and let's start with problem number 2, which is 75 divided by 5 plus 2 times the quantity of 19 minus 4 equals, okay, GEMS, grouping symbols, exponents and radicals, multiplication and division, then subtraction and addition, working with both of these from left to right. So we can start with, we have a grouping symbol, 19 minus 4. So 75 divided by 5 plus 2 times 19 minus 4 is 15. Okay, we don't have any so we've done the grouping symbols. We don't have any exponents. So now we can do multiplication and division left to right. So we have a division right here. 75 divided by 5 is 15 plus, and then we have 2 times 15 is 30. So that takes care of our multiplication and division. And then we have any subtraction and addition. So 15 plus 30 equals 45, and that's our final answer. Let's write that on our paper. I hope they're starting to get clearer to you. So let's work on number 3. So number 3 is 135 divided by 45 minus 2 plus 5. So we have no grouping symbols, we have no exponents, but we do have multiplication and division. Well, we have division is what we have. So we have 135 divided by 5, which equals, divided by 45, I'm sorry. 135 divided by 45, which equals 3, minus 2 plus 5. Well, 3 minus 2 is 1. I made a mistake. I wrote this wrong. Let me fix this. I just realized that. So it's plus 5. So 3 minus 2 is 1, and 1 plus 5 is 6. And that's our final answer. So that will go here and here. Now we've got a problem with a lot of division and multiplication in number 4. Number 4, 12 divided by 6 times 2 times 9 divided by 3 equals, okay. So no grouping symbols, no exponents, but we do have multiplication and division. So we'll start from left to right. 12 divided by 6 is 2 times 2 times 9 divided by 3. Okay. Left to right, 2 times 2 is 4 times 9 divided by 3. Okay, 4 times 9 is 36 divided by 3. 36 divided by 3 is 12, and that's our final answer. And it looks like in number 5 we have two grouping symbols, so we have two quantities. So we will have to be very careful and mindful of that as we do this problem. So number 5, parentheses 12 plus 9, parentheses, minus, parentheses, 14 minus 10 equals. So we have grouping symbols, so let's work with those. 12 plus 9 is 21, minus 14 minus 10 is 4, and then that takes care of the grouping symbols. We have no exponents, no multiplication or division, but we do have subtraction. 21 minus 4 is 17, and that's our final answer. So that one wasn't too hard. As long as you knew about the grouping symbols, you were fine. Halfway through already, we're on number 6. So number 6, I think we can squeeze number 6 right in here. And number 6 is 17 times 2 squared, or 2 to the second power, divided by 2 equals. Okay, so I'm going to write this down. There are no grouping symbols, but we have an exponent. So we're going to start right here with 2 to the second power. 17 times 2 to the second power, 2 times 2 is 4, divided by 2 equals. Now we work our multiplication and division, but we're going to work it left to right. So 17 times 4 is 68, divided by 2. And now we just have our division left. 68 divided by 2 is 34. And that's our final answer. So let's go ahead and enter that on our paper. And we'll put that on the next line. And we have 9 times the quantity of 34 minus 30. So let's put that on our note paper, use our whiteboard here. So this is problem number 7. And we have 9 times the quantity of 34 minus 30 divided by 4 times 3 equals. So we have a grouping symbol. We have 34 minus 30. So that would be 9 times, and 34 minus 30 is 4, divided by 4 times 3. Now we don't have any exponents, but we do have multiplication and division. This is multiplication, okay, where we have a number next to a number in parentheses. That is multiplication. So let's do that first. 9 times 4 is 36. And then just copy the rest of the problem, divided by 4 times 3. Now we're still working multiplication and division from left to right. 36 divided by 4 is 9. And then we have times 3. Then we have 9 times 3 equals 27. And that's our final answer, 27. And that will go on the next line for the next problem. And let's go to our whiteboard to do this work. So this is number 8. And we have 27 divided by the quantity of 3 times 3 plus 15 minus 16. So do we have grouping symbols? We do. We have a 3 times 3, which is 9. So 27 divided by 9 plus 15 minus 16. We don't have any exponents, but we've got multiplication and division, which we will work from left to right. So 27 divided by 9 is 3. And then we have addition and subtraction. So we're finished with the multiplication. Now we work on subtraction and addition, but again, from left to right. So 3 plus 15 is 18 minus 16 equals 2, which is our final answer. Okay, put the 2 on number 9, and let's go to our whiteboard. So this is number 9. 15 minus 2 plus 3 to the second power minus 7 minus 5. So we do not have any grouping symbols. We do have an exponent right here, so that's where we'll start. 15 minus 2 plus 3 times 3 is 9, minus 7 minus 5. We don't have any multiplication or division, so we're going to work all the subtraction and addition, working from left to right. 15 minus 2 is 13. We'll copy the rest of the problem. 13 plus 9 is 22. 22 minus 7 is 15. And 15 minus 5 is 10. And that's our final answer. Okay, last problem. We're looking to see if this turns out to be 45. We always check our work. And 10's a nice challenging problem. I like everything going on here. I think this is a good way to end today's practice. So I'm going to go ahead and put all my effort into it, copy it out carefully. So that would be 10 times 5 minus 40 divided by 2 to the third power equals. Okay, the only thing we don't have are grouping symbols. So we don't have grouping symbols, but we've got an exponent right here. So we will make sure that we evaluate that first. So we have our 10 times 5 minus 40 divided by 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So this will be 8. Okay, now any multiplication or division. I've got multiplication here, and I've got division here. I work from left to right. 10 times 5 is 50, minus 40 divided by 8 is 8. What did I do? I feel like there might be a mistake here. 10 times 5 is 50. 40, oops, this I put 8, this is 5. Okay, I knew that didn't seem right. 40 divided by 8 is 5, and then 50 minus 5 is 45. Excellent, and that's our final answer. Sorry about that, I have my 8s and 5s mixed up when I was looking and trying probably to do too many things at once, which is what you should not do when you're doing your math. So we can say our answer checks. So I hope these are getting a little easier for you and you're getting a little more familiar with them. So I'm just going to keep going back to this way of remembering it. It's grouping symbols. And we're talking about parentheses, brackets, braces, absolute value bars, the fraction bar. In some cases, even the radical could be considered a grouping symbol. Then it's exponents and radicals. Then multiplication and division, but always from left to right. Always from left to right. And then subtraction and addition. Again, always working from left to right. So these take practice, just like anything else worth doing in life. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for the cameras that I'm starting to see turned on. And thank you also for holding up your papers and the pictures you've taken of your work. It's been a crazy year, but we're doing great, and you're doing great because you practice. So remember, keep practicing. You'll be great.